Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm kalikaiz and today we're playing Stompy. This is not the traditional Stompy. It looks like Ponza, but it's just big, dumb dinosaurs. We are playing Arbor Elf with Utopia Sprawl and Wild Growth on our forests. We can also untap the forest with cards like Rhyme Tender or Sculptor of Winter. And then we have additional ramp in Jewel Thief and Llanowar Visionary, with a couple of Lead the Stampedes to reload. And then we've got the payoffs. We've got 4 Avenging Hunter for the initiative, big dumb beater. Annoyed Altosaur, which is a 6/5 big dumb beater. We've got Generous Ent, which is a 5/6, also part of our mana base. It can grab our Singleton Gingerbread Cabin. It's a 5/7 big dumb beater, and the sweetest big dumb beater of all time, Colossal Dreadmaw, a 6/6 trampled dinosaur. So we're just going to put stuff on the table and try to attack. I love this. I saw this deck from Raston Trophy 2 times last week, which I thought was really impressive. So we're just going to run it. This is their most recent list with Guardian the Guild pack to get through, I guess, targeted removal decks. Arms of Hadar for sweepers, Gorilla Shaman for affinity, Feed the Clan for burn, Deglamour also for affinity. So you got 6 cards to bring in there. Relic of Progenitus makes sense, and then a Singleton Rush of Knowledge, which I think is really sweet. Maybe we should be playing Rush of Knowledge over Lead the Stampedes, to be honest. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to start changing all their stuff. Think of how sweet that'll be. Okay, we're going to cut the Lead the Stampedes. We're going to bring in the 2 Rush of Knowledges. Oh, I only have 2 in my entire deck. Okay, so in my library. So a little bit of changing it up here. We're going to bring in the Rush of Knowledges into the main, and let's see. I decided that I'm going to bring in a relic. Oh, yeah, we'll go relic. Just an additional relic. You gotta have more relics. So we've already changed the deck from what we saw in the 5-0s, but Rush of Knowledge is a sick card, so I gotta play that. Come on. All right. So if you like this kind of content, definitely check out, make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of my changes. Maybe I totally borked the deck. Let's see. Our main removal spell in the deck is Ram Through to clear the way for our big dumb beaters. And then we've got, you know, Colossal Dreadmaw, obviously. Makes sense. If you want to pick up this deck or the original 5-0 deck, make sure to check out cardmarket.com, which is a sponsor of the video. They're awesome and the largest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe. And you can get your own battle box going. And then check out the Patreon, which is patreon.com/kalikaiz. All linked in the description below, where you can find sideboard guides for Altertron, Familiars, and Poison Storm. And let's go ahead and get into the matches. I'm excited to see what happens. All right, we're here in round 1 versus Alessandro Piercini, who has been on Dredge, which I feel like is going to be bad for us. We have Arbor Elf and Ram Through, but nothing else. I'm going to mulligan. Right, we have Arbor Elf. So turn 1, play the Arbor Elf. Guess keep. Oh, 1, 2. Guess I put back 1 Avenging Hunter. Lanes. God for us faithful. Okay, we're up against Familiars. Let's play this Arbor Elf out. They're probably like, please don't Ponza me. Little do they know that we're just playing ramp stuff. Guess this is not a Dredge opponent here. They're going to cycle for an island. What are we going to do? Post board, we have relics only, basically. Okay, Sprawl is good. So we can go cycle for a forest. So cycle for a forest, play the forest. We're going to Utopia Sprawl on green. And then untap the forest. Then play the Sculptor of Winter. The next turn we have 6-7 mana, depending on if they snap. If they snap, we have 5 mana and we can Avenging Hunter. If we can Avenging Hunter, we could maybe win. They're probably going to snap. They're going to snap the Sculptor of Winter. So let's see what happens. They have 3 mana. No attacks. All right, let's... So they could have a Prohibit or a Counterspell. Guessing I'm going to Wild Growth. All right, tap, untap. If they have Counterspell, we're not Very happy. But if they don't have counterspell, we get to get a forest and play the Sculptor of Winter. They have a counterspell. Disappointing. So now we have 6, 7 mana, 8 mana here. So I still think we want the Sculptor of Winter over the Visionary. All right, they're passing again. If they have yet another counter, just straight up counterspell, I'm going to be pretty hosed. They're going to cast a Meeting of Minds, so they're probably copying my last 5-0 deck. All right, so Avenging Hunter can hit the table, but this deck plays Murmuring Mystic, which can be a problem for me here. All right, let's see. Tap, untap, tap it again, play Avenging Hunter. All right, now we get some mana. I mean, not mana. We're going to go ahead and go into the initiative and grab a forest. And then play, I guess use all my mana, play the Landwehr Visionary and draw a card. Now we're looking for big dumb beaters. We find a Jewel Thief. So if we find a Rush of Knowledge, then we can use that. Probably not going to find a Rush of Knowledge here. We have Tramplers. What is our opponent going to do? Big creature Stompy versus a straight up snap counterspell deck. It's going to be tough. At least we have the initiative at the moment. Our opponent plays an Ash Barrens. They're going to hard cast a Muldrifter, it looks like. All right. So we could go into the Scry and try to look for another giant creature. I think that's maybe the plan. Lostwell. All right, Altasaur. We're going to bottom this, top the Altasaur. Play a land. First thing I'm going to do is attack. They're going to take it. Makes sense. We're going to untap this land. Tap it again. Play the Annoyed Altasaur. Cascade! Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Not the greatest Cascade. Put it on blue. And then I'm going to play this Sculptor of Winter. Well, let's play this Jewel Thief here. Another Trampler. And pass the turn. So they have to remove the Annoyed Altasaur to get in with the Muldrifter at the moment. They're going to Merchant Scroll. If they scroll for a snap, we can replay the Altasaur. They are going to scroll for a snap. Plays Chancery, picking up the Ash Barrens. They're going to snap the Muldrifter. Okay. So I think we want to go into Arena and then Archives and try to Arena their Godpharaoh's Faithful to try to get off the table. They grab the initiative. They're going to get an island. They have a bunch of mana. It's funny we hit a Utopia Sprawl though. We have multiple attackers into one Godpharaoh's Faithful. Finding another Annoyed Altasaur. Let's start by attacking. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. All right, let's swing. This thing has Vigilance, which is cool. So you want to swing first in case we do take the initiative here. They're blocking the 3/3. Okay. I'm going to go Arena to get their Godpharaoh's Faithful goaded. I'm going to Ephemerate the Muldrifter. Weird. Looking for snaps, I guess? That doesn't make sense, though. Okay, they're going to cast a Meeting of Minds. Yeah. You have a Meeting of Minds. Take 7. Ephemerate again. I hope I can... Well, maybe I can find a Ram through, and then I can blast this Muldrifter. That would be big. They cycle a land. They're going to be drawing a ton of cards. But they'll have to shove all their Ephemerates on the Godpharaoh's Faithful, otherwise they can't take back the initiative. Going to Arena and go this thing. But they're probably going to Ephemerate it, so that doesn't do that much. Oops. We're going to tap the land first. 4 mana, untap. 5, 6, 7, cast Annoyed Altasaur. Another Wild Growth. I guess that was a good play from me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Darn. We actually don't have that much. Whoops, I shouldn't have attacked with the other creature. Let's play the Sculptor of Winter. 5. Okay, pass the turn. We have an Annoyed Altasaur, and we're chilling. They are going to probably hit the Faithful with the Ephemerate, so they don't have to attack into my stuff. They're going to hit the Muldrifter, so that means they have no attacks. This next turn, we're going to draw a card with the Archives, and then slam another Annoyed Altasaur. Our opponents had 14 cards in their hand. Double Faithful, or double Familiar into, like, Snap could potentially win the game with snapping all of our stuff. They play a Meeting of Minds. They still have 4 mana available with 1 floating. Having some mana here, they're going to play a God Pharaoh's Faithful for more life gain to stall with. 2 cards in hand, or they have 13 cards in hand, 2 mana available. Snap on the Annoyed Allosaur. I'm not sure I agree with that, but that's fine. I guess they want to make me replay my big guys. Plays Archaeomancer. Archaeomancer can get back Ephemerate. Then they can Ephemerate and get back a Snap. And they could snap the Archaeomancer and then replay it, and then get back the Ephemerate, and then get back a Snap, and then snap again. Here comes the Ephemerate. So what I would do is get back Snap, snap the Archaeomancer, then you have 2 more mana, play the Archaeomancer, get back the Ephemerate. Let's see if they see the line. Nope, they did not. Although this gives them a bunch of mana, they would have had more snaps this way. Plays a CawGate Oracle, going to 24 life. Another familiar. So if they have Flicker, they can make a large amount of life at the moment. Looks like they have another Archaeomancer, and they're going to get back Meeting of Minds. Plays a Murmuring Mystic. Okay. La-di-da. So we have the initiative. We're going to go into Archives. We'll play the Avenging Hunter, going into Throne. Then see what happens. Archives. Draw a card. Find the Ram through so we can kill the Archaeomancer or the Murmuring Mystic. Guess we want to kill both of them. Untap this. Let's play Avenging Hunter. Take the initiative. Let's get that Colossal Dreadmaw, huh? We'll take the Avenging Hunter. I really wanted the Colossal Dreadmaw in play, but Avenging Hunter is a little bit better. We're having another basic. So let's tap this again, untap it. We have 5, 6, 7, play an Annoyed Allosaur. Another mana source, okay. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I need to kill the Archaeomancer. Could also try to kill the Murmuring Mystic. Let's see. Guess the first thing I'm going to do is attack. I attack with the Jewel Thief. Maybe taking the Murmuring Mystic off the table is the correct play. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana exactly. 8 mana. Let's play this Llanowar. Draw a card. Play a Rhyme Tender. Play a land. Go ahead and blast your Murmuring Mystic. And I guess pass the turn. Alright, here we go. I guess at this moment I'm looking to cast a Rush of Knowledge so I can play a bunch of stuff. But we're kind of hosed here. We need our opponent to tap out again. Our opponent's going to get back the Murmuring Mystic. Alright, they have Ghostly Flicker. So this makes them Infinite Birds. And they draw the Murmuring Mystic, make Infinite Birds, and pass the turn. We don't really have a way to deal with that, so I'm just going to move on. Our opponent's playing quite slowly, so that probably would have timed them out, but we don't need to be that way. We don't need to be that way. It's going to move on with our lives. So guarding the Guild Pack, they cannot deal with, but it doesn't do that much. I could just take the Rush of Knowledges, or the Relics, and what's like my weakest card, huh? I need the Ram Throughs and the Rush of Knowledge. I guess the Colossal Dreadmaw is the weakest card, sadly. Maybe we cut on Jewel Thieves. That doesn't do that much. I think the Jewel Thief is weak. 1 Dreadmaw and 2 Jewel Thieves is going to be my plan. I feel like I have too many lands too, but you know what? Big dumb Stompy. Let's go. We have relics to stop their loop shenanigans, hopefully, and just get on in. Looking for a turn 2 Avenging Hunter, so that would be... I guess turn 3 is probably the earliest I can do it. Okay, we're on the play. So I keep this. So land, Utopia, Sprawl on green. Our opponent mulligans. Land, Sprawl on green. Pass the turn. So we'll go Wild Growth into Cycle. Grabbing a Forest. Play the Forest, play the Arbor Elf. Now we have 3, 6, 7 mana. If they don't have a snap, we have an Annoyed Allosaur next turn. Reveals of Plains. If they do have a snap, we can go Jewel Thief into Arbor Elf. They cannot deal with the Annoyed Allosaur with a Prohibit. Like they're going to Echoing Truth the Arbor Elf. So let's play Arbor Elf, and actually I think I'm going to play the Sculptor of Winter as well because Now we can just slam the Allosaur next turn. When it plays a Sunscape Familiar, Chancery picking up the plains, and passes a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cast Annoyed Allosaur. Cascade into a Sprawl on this. On blue. Okay, so we have 4, 5. So I will just untap this, tap it again, play Jewel Thief, and play a land and pass the turn. So we got a 6-5. Oops. What are we going to do with our 6-5? Die. Our opponent plays a Murmuring Mystic. And what do you got? Snap on the Allosaur. I honestly don't think that's a good idea because we're just going to get more value, but I guess them having birds is worth it. Plays a CawGate Oracle. All right. 3, untap. Have it again. Play Annoyed Allosaur. You got a counterspell? Nope. Okay, Avenging Hunter coming down. Let's go. They're going to Essence Scatter on the Avenging Hunter. Disappointing. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to untap this again and then tap it. 5, 6, 7. Cast another Allosaur. And an Arbor Elf is pretty mediocre. Where is that Rush of Knowledge? All right, pass the turn. Now our opponent is going to cast a Meeting of Minds, making another bird, going to 3 cards in hand. They'll untap and have 4 cards in hand. So we need something that's not a big dumb beater, but I mean, I did not think that we were going to beat Familiars. That's okay. We're going to, oof, a Merchant Scroll. What are you going to get? What do we reveal? It's not hitting very well. Maybe we should be playing like blue-green. What are you going to snap? Looks like they're casting another Meeting of Minds. Okay. All right, they're tapping and untapping their lands a bunch of times. Plays an island. You know they have snap. Okay, taps Chancery. They're going to snap my Allosaur. I don't understand. I feel like it's better to just snap the CawGate Oracle and replay the CawGate Oracle. Plays a Lorien Revealed. We have a bunch of birds. Godfarrow's Faithful. Okay. Carry me home, dinosaur. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dino Time. That's a Relic of Progenitus. Okay, I mean, we have that going for us, which is nice. Play a Forest. And I will attack with a 6-5. Trade all their birds for it. Birds are going to die here. They'll take 2 damage. Or 1 damage, I guess. Yep. Birds are dead. We're just going to relic them right now and do and save targets. They've got a couple of Meeting of Minds and the Merchant Scroll in the graveyard. Casting Arcane-Mancer, so we will pop the relic. This means that we don't have to play through like a flicker. But if they flicker right now, then it would work. Arcane-Mancer is not going to get back anything unless they have like a snap or a spell at the moment. Which they could have. Looks like they're going to flicker the CawGate Oracle on the island and get back to flicker. Okay. Looking to draw into Rush of Knowledge. As pretty much that's been our entire game plan. Draw Rush of Knowledge, somehow resolve it. Go off. Alright, Stompy doing the thing. Are you going to attack? Declines to attack. I'm going to untap my land, tap it, and gain some life. Might as well. Okay, my turn. I've got a Rhyme Tender, and I guess I'm going to just go ahead and attack them. But we're basically dead. What are you going to do? I guess they're going to snap my creature right now. They're just flickering. All right, I'm going to scoop. They do have the win. I mean, it's not deterministic at this point, but they really should have done is flicker the CawGate Oracle. It's fine. Just let's move on to the next one. Okay, we're on the draw. We have basically nothing going on. I'm going to mulligan this one. This has to be a mulligan as well. All right, let's keep. Put back the Annoyed Allosaur and the Jewel Thief. And I guess we lead on a tap land. I guess the best draw would maybe be a Wild Growth or something. Our opponent's on Colony Garden, so we have to overwhelm them. Let's play this Gingerbread Cabin. We could maybe do it. They said they're considering scooping because their league isn't going very well. It's up to you. I'll take it. They're gonna play it out. Cool beans. All right, they play a land. We'll play a land and pass. This is not going very well. Okay, they've got their red land and a blood fountain. No attacks. Okay, let's play our Llanowar Visionary. Draw a card. Kind of ram through. Our opponent's going to loot away a fungal infection. We have 3 mana on the table. They can kill our creature. Plays a Tithing Blade. I lose a Visionary. But it was a 2-for-1, I guess. There's a Deadly Dispute. We're just making land drops. I can't wait to cast a Colossal Dreadmaw. Llanowar Visionary again. Draw a card. Oh my goodness. Pass the turn. They Reckoner's Bargain their plant. That's a Deadly Dispute. They have 3 mana left. We have 6 mana if we untap with a Visionary. I'll cast the Rime Tender, play land, go ahead and attack. 5, 6, 7. So we're basically at the point where we can cast any of our fatties, we just have to draw them. Opponent plays a Swamp. Let's see if they have the Crypt Rats. They're gonna rats me. Shucks. We got ratted. Alright, here it is. Boom. Here comes the 6/6. How does it feel? Tithing Blade. Okay, they play a Limbus. They're going to Deadly Dispute the Limbus in response to the Scry trigger so that they can set up the draw. Plays a Swamp. Kills my Colossal Dreadmaw. Looking for an Altasaur into Avenging Hunter. They play an Ichor Wellspring. There's an Avenging Hunter. Cast that guy. We'll get a land. Play the land and pass the turn. So if they remove a spell into their own Avenging Hunter, we're pretty dead. Okay, they have a Tithing Blade. They have Avenging Hunter, I would still say we're pretty dead. Witch's Cottage getting back the Crypt Rats. We're going to Deadly Dispute the Wellspring, draw a bunch of cards. They accidentally tap for white when they really meant to tap for green so they could play their own Avenging Hunter. And we are dead. Dead, dead, dead. Okay, let's try again. I don't know if any of this matters. Resubmit. Maybe guarding the Guild Pact can be okay, because they have to edict it specifically, but I didn't bring it in. Alright, we got the Rush of Knowledges this time. Sure, I'll keep. Land and Wild Growth, go. So we're looking for cantrips, other ramp spells. Land, pass the turn. We have 3 mana. Next turn we'll have 4 mana. Opponent has 2 mana. They're passing the turn. We have 4 mana. Pass the turn again. I want to cast an Annoyed Altasaur and then cast a Rush of Knowledge. Okay, they pass the turn. Or they pass my end step. Plays a land. They're going to Deadly Dispute their plant. Next turn they can cast the Avenging Hunter. We're going to clean up. La-di-da. Pass the turn. My ramping is not going very quickly. They cast a Bajuka Bog and bog away our 0 cards in graveyard. We have an Arbor Elf. I'm just going to, I guess, cast the Arbor Elf. Doesn't really matter what I cast, it's going to die, right? Sure, go ahead. Arbor Elf is dead. I'd rather they kill the Arbor Elf, I guess, than the Colossal Dreadmaw, but I feel like they probably have Tithing Blades. Plays a land. Okay, there we go. At least we're going to 2-for-1. Altasaur. Cast a Sprawl here. On blue. They kill the Altasaur. What? So here, Rush of Knowledge would be a lot better as Lead the Stampede. They cast a Troll. Okay. We will cast a Colossal Dreadmaw and pass the turn. I want to have the beauty of drawing 6 cards. Don't kill my creature. Ah. Okay, it's dead. Tapping 6 mana again for another troll. Okay. We take 6. We go to 14. I'll cast an Avenging Hunter. That'll draw me a land. 6 mana. I do not have enough to get in. I want to cast my Rush of Knowledge, guys. Come on, come on. They have the Tithing Blade. Ah, they got me. See you in round 3. All right, everybody, we're 0-2. We're trying our best. We're on the draw. So that means that the best we can do here is a turn 3 Visionary, turn 4 Avenging Hunter. And most of the things in the format will destroy me on that, so I'm going to mulligan. Okay. Guess I'm keeping this one. And then I'll put back... I really want this Rush of Knowledge. I know it's weak. I'm going to put back the Rush of Knowledge. That's sad for me. Go... Lead on a Gingerbread Cabin. Our opponent's on Elves or Walls. So, play this. We're going to get in for 1. Pass the turn. Okay. Plays Sculptor of Winter. How do we beat Walls? I don't know. I don't know at all. We have to draw into our... Play the Arbor Elf. And play another Arbor Elf. Untap this. Cycle for a Forest. Play the Forest and pass the turn. Okay, they have 5 mana right now. Good choice in lands. Guess we just go for the Visionary. They're making a bunch of mana. Oh, they're cascading, huh? Okay. I see you. Gets in for 6. Let's draw a card. Land. Untap these ones. Play a Jewel Thief. Tap this one. Play a Rhyme Tender. Okay, we can trade with the boarding party. Our opponent plays their own Gingerbread Cabin. Their ramping is going more successfully than mine. 6 mana. 8 mana. Looks like they have an Allosaur of their own. Annoyed Allosaur into what? Wall of Roots. I mean, we can take the Jewel Thief in front of the boarding party at least. Block here. Then it's just going to be who can actually draw and resolve beaters first, but probably not going to be us. Let's see. We want to trade. Okay, they trade their 6 mana creature with my 3 mana creature. Can I draw something big? No. Play a Jewel Thief. Land. Pass the turn. Lead the Stampede for the opponent. Grabbing Genersent, Battlement, and Boarding Party. Plays a Battlement. All of Roots is already on the table. Might as well Boarding Party here, I think. Go Allosaur. Finds a Caretaker. I'm gonna scoop! Alright, what do we got? I just need to mulligan to a faster hand. I don't think any of the sideboarding is gonna matter in this position. Try again. We're gonna mulligan. Maybe like 18 lands is too many. Come on. I gotta play the Colossal Dreadnought and Rush of Knowledge. I'm ready for it. Right, we're on the play. Bad hand. Mulligan. Okay, we have a turn 2 Jewel Thief. Guess we keep and put back the Gingerbread Cabin. So turn 3 will have 3 mana. Turn 4 will have 5 mana. Land Wild Growth. Your turn, opponent. They don't have a turn 1 play. Play a Jewel Thief. Your turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to play an Overgrown Battlement. Play a Rhyme Tender, land. Going to attack. They can block. But they might not have blocked. Here they have 3 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 mana right now. They play Wall of Roots into a Battlement. Now they can tap the other Battlement for 3. They play Lead the Stampede. It's Timmy Beatdowns. Okay, so they find a bunch of walls. What if they swapped into the combo plan? We're going to untap this. 4, 5, 6, 7 mana for an Allosaur. We're going to sprawl here on blue and pass the turn. Send 3. Might as well. Okay, you got me. I didn't do anything there. We have 1 Rush of Knowledge in the deck that can draw 6 cards. Come on, Rush of Knowledge. Okay, what do you got? Plays a Battlement. I'm just going to F6. Plays Caretaker. They're going to play the Axebane Guardian now. Yep. 2 cards in hand. Now they have the blue source. Or double blue sources. Plays Leaf Caller. Now they have basically infinite mana on the table. Whatever their last card in hand, if it's good, we're hosed. If they have like Reaping or yeah, this is gonna be bad. So they can drift for drift and then drift for reaping. Reaping and then go infinite. They're going to drift for Lead the Stampede. That's a mistake. Has to Lead the Stampede. Finds another Drift of Phantasms on a Vivian's Grizzly. So the only way that we can win is by drawing into something awesome. Okay, untap this. 6, 7 mana. Casinoid Altasaur. Okay, that was not it. And they can combo me this next turn, so we'll see in round 4. This is crazy. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing here. Obviously nothing. See you there. Okay, we are on the play in round 4. We have a lot of mana. Let's keep it. Land Arbor Elf. And then we're going to make a ton of mana. And then hopefully we draw a payoff. If we draw more lands again, we're just going to die. What is our opponent up to? Citadel Gate. Okay. We have an Altasaur. So let's sprawl. On green. Tap. Green. On green. And then put it on blue. We have exactly 4 mana, so we're going to attack. Next turn we have 4, 5, 6 mana. If they kill the Arbor Elf, we cannot cast the Altasaur. No! Okay, let's go. I take it back. Dreadmaw. We got a turn 3 Dreadmaw. Can they beat it? Our opponent's like, what? Now I'm looking to draw a land. They discard a Sacred Cat and play a CawGate. Okay, here comes the beats. Oh yeah, take 6. All right, they're going to loot again. We have a ram through. I don't know if that's going to matter. They discard a Squadron Hawk. Looks like maybe they have a Guardian. Okay. We draw land. Oh yeah, baby. Let's go. Here's the rush of knowledge. Finally. Love it. Okay, we make a food. Sprawl. Put it on green. And I will attack you for 6. They're going to take 3. I was going to say 4, but it's 3. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Plays an Outlaw Medic. Okay, get the Sacred Cat onto the table. As a land. 2, 3, 4. Interesting. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is attack. They have 6 power on the table. And we can ram through them. They're going to shove everything in front. Perfect. So we want to put this one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to ram through. Blast your Vector Glider. Your other things are going to die. This draws you a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So 5. We just cast the Avenging Hunter. Grabbing a land, play the land, then gain some life. We're at 23. Got an Avenging Hunter on the table, and they scoop. We win the game. Yes. Oh, that rush of knowledge was sick. Is Guardian the Guild Pact useful? They can't deal with it, but it doesn't win us the game. Well, I'm bringing it in. I think I'm gonna cut. What do I cut? Cutting a land. I don't really know what else to cut. We could bring in the Deglammers maybe for their Journey to Nowheres. Okay, we have stuff to do. Let's keep. They play a Citadel Gate on blue. And we're gonna go land and Wild Growth. One of Brainstorms. So this next turn we're going to see what we draw. If we don't draw anything, we can Generous Ent for a land. We'll have 2 more mana. Okay, so now I have 3, 4 mana. Put it on blue. Pass the turn. When it cycles Alluring Revealed, 4 mana. I think we probably just want to cycle one of the Generous Ents. Getting a land. So we definitely get that land drop going, and hopefully we don't draw another. I don't know. Sculptor of Winter. Play that. They declined to counter. They must have a Journey to Nowhere. Next turn I can play a Dreadmaw. Okay, Journey to Nowhere on my Sculptor. Plays a non-untapped land. They play a tap land. So let's cycle the Generous Ent. 3, 4, 5, 6. Play the Dreadmaw this turn. Then next turn, so this is turn 4. Playing a 6/6. I cast Guardian of the Guild Pact. Okay. Then I'm going to cast a 6/5. I've got the beats. Here comes the Annoyed Allosaur. Finding a generous end. Okay, we got a lot of power on the table. Yeah. They'll take 3 damage. So the one thing is we can maybe get them good with their, like if they're holding up a Strands. Not sure. Now they have 6 power if they gate the Guardian of the Guild Pact. And Ram Through can't target the Guardian of the Guild Pact. What are you going to do? Plays a Modern Age, so holding up Counterspell. This card's Deep Analysis. Plays a land, so they can Counterspell, but they cannot cast a Strands this turn. So they're going to be taking 12. Going to 5. They have 3 cards in hand. Do they want a Deep Analysis? Basically, if they cast a creature, we'll just slam the damage through them. Play this Rime Tender. They want to Counterspell. They don't. I will attack with everything. Okay, come on, big guys. You got this. Why are you blocking the Annoyed Allosaur? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Could have blocked the other one and saved 5 damage. Alright, they're at 3. So if we can resolve the Ram Through at some point, we will win the game. I'm going to go yield until next end step and then just crack this food. Yay, we're on the board. Let's go. See you in round 5. Okay, here we are in round 5. We're on the draw versus Bongo. Bongo. We have a turn 1 Wild Growth, turn 2 Rime Tender, turn 2 Rime Tender. And then if all this survives, we have a turn 3 Avenging Hunter. Looks like our opponent is on Dredge, so gonna be a bit of a race. Not very good for me at all. What's a card on top? Could be on Tron. Go land Wild Growth. Let's see if they're on Tron. I guess Relic is probably good, and Glamour if they're on Tron. I'm kind of expecting Dredge, but we'll see. If they don't interact, so Conduit Pylons probably is not going to interact. They're on Dredge. Plays a Wayfinder. They're going to get Conduit Pylons, putting these cards in the graveyard. And we'll go Rime Tender, play Gingerbread Cabin. So this comes into play tapped. And then we have 4, 5, 6 mana on the next turn, but we probably just want to play the Avenging Hunter. They play another Wayfinder. Because the Avenging Hunter is going to clock them a bit. I think that's what we need to do. They get a Forest. Pylon's still in hand. Oh no, I just realized that playing the Avenging Hunter lets them take back the initiative. We have 4. I guess that's fine. Play the Avenging Hunter. Grab a Forest, play the Forest. Pass the turn. Because if they attack into me, then I can block and take a creature off the table. They're going to attack, and I'm going to block. So they're down to 1 creature on the table. They have a lot in the graveyard. It's a swamp. So are they now going to do play another Wayfinder? Finds a Dredge Return. So they could currently Dredge Return something if they wanted. There's a swamp. They can Acorn Harvest. They play Circle of the Land Druid. Okay, they have a Lotleth Giant that they can get back right now. We have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. If they Dredge Return the Lotleth Giant right now, then they get a bunch of creatures. It'll be 11 damage. But they don't... They're going to pass. Okay, I'm going to attack with my Avenging Hunter. And then I guess I'm going to cast the Annoyed Allosaur, since it's a 2-for-1. And then maybe we can get something good. We're taking it. We're going to go into Forge, because we really need to try to race. Forge on this guy. Tap, untap, tap. 7 mana for an Annoyed Allosaur. Get a Dreadmaw. Okay, we got blockers. Boink. A mill an Acorn Harvest and a Scrapwork Mutt. We have quite a bit of power on the table, and we can dome them for 5 as well. So if they don't find a Knot of the Bone, they could be pretty close to dead. Knot of the Bone is 2 life for every creature card, so it would be 20, or no, 20, 24, 20, 22? 22 right now. Math is hard. Okay, they play a Condom of Pylons. That's out of their hand now. Don't have to worry about this. Discarding the Stinkweed Imp. I mean, milling a Stinkweed Imp, not discarding. Let's see if they're going to Scrapwork Mutt, discarding a Stinkweed Imp. Maybe try to 19 us right now. Okay. Well, they're at least going to dredge the one that's in their graveyard. But they should discard the one from hand. They're discarding a Troll. Stinkweed Imp goes back to hand. They have 14 cards in the graveyard. Only one Lotleth Giant. Attacks with everything. So, I block and block. I take 3. So, let's see. 14 cards. I block here and block here. 15. 16, 17. I think we're just dead. So, block, block. I was trying to put the fewest number of cards in the graveyard. I believe that they can win if they go... Maybe it's not. It'll be 16 damage exactly. Because they can play the Acorn Harvest and then sack their 2 creatures to get back the Law of the Giant, which is 16 damage. Then we attack with everything and play the Avenging Hunter. Right, combat math. Can you get there? Plays the Acorn Harvest. They go to 12. Now they can sacrifice their 2 creatures and a squirrel to get back the Lotleth Giant, which will be 16 damage, putting me to 1 and not winning the game. Here's the Dread return on the Lotleth Giant. It's gonna be 16 damage. They get back a land. We go to 1. Ha! Okay. Play my land out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just attack with everything. This is, you know, these tramplers are coming in handy here for sure. Okay, they take lethal. I don't even have to trap them. They're just dead. All right. Let's go. Just go ahead and screenshot this one. All right, let's go to sideboarding. I don't know if Ram Through is better than Relic, so I'm going to bring the Relics in. And that's going to be my plan. All right, so we've got turn 1, Arbor Elf, turn 2, Jewel Thief. And then we can cast basically anything off the top of our deck, and I think that's probably worth keeping. Bog for the opponent. Let's go land Arbor Elf. So now we have Wild Growth into Utopia Sprawl into Jewel Thief. Plays a Satyr Wayfinder. Finds a forest and double Lotleth Giant. Let's see if they keep the forest. I assume they do. Find a Generous Ent. Good. So we'll go Wild Growth, tap, Sprawl on blue, untap, tap it again, play a Jewel Thief, pass the turn. Aha! My opponent made fun of me for playing Ponza, literally not playing any Ponza. 0 land destruction. 0. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, let's see if we can get there off the back of this Generous Ent. Alright, cycles a Troll. I think we kind of realized that the deck needs to play this deck, you want to just have good starting mana and then get there. So they have a Troll now. We have 6. Play land. Tap, untap this. 6 mana. 7, 8, 9. This costs 6, so I can play a Jewel Thief. 3, 4, 5, 6. Play a Generous Ent. Pass the turn. Let's see what happens. If they attack for 6, I think I just swing right back at them. Because the Jewel Thieves have, they have Vigilance. Like, do I care if I'm getting hit for 6? I have a food token. I don't think I care. Sure, hit me for 6. Then I'll hit you for 12. No blocks. Next turn I could maybe block with all of these if I wanted to. They don't seem like they have anything going on. Play a Forest and a Stinkweed Imp. Okay, that's kind of a problem. Play my Forest and gain some life. Then I guess I'm going to attack. They can eat the 5/7. Put the Stinkweed Imp into the graveyard. My Generous Ent dies. Then I go Relic, crack the Relic, rid of your bunch of your creatures, and an Arbor Elf. All right, kind of a problem. We can block everything on the troll and kill it, but then we're left with just a couple of Arbor Elves. We play a Blanchwood Prowler, milling, and they put counters on the Blanchwood Prowler. I can actually go block, 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 and then, but then I don't have my 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna try to kill this. Still, any big creature for me I can cast. Any big creature for them they can cast as well. I can attack with a Jewel Thief. They could double block and kill both their creatures. Let's cast this Visionary. I brought in the relics over the ram-throughs. There's a Dreadmaw. We're swinging. Our opponent is going to kill both their creatures here. That's sort of a surprise. Okay, so your creatures are dead. You have nothing in, no way to dredge or anything. They could play another big creature maybe. We're gonna surveil, getting a forest to the graveyard. Scrapwork Mutt. 1 card in hand. So are they gonna discard the card that's in their hand? They discard a Swamp. They get to draw a card. 2 mana for the opponent. 3, 4 mana? Plays an Acorn Harvest. Okay. They've got nothing. Oops. Almost did not do anything there. I don't want to attack. I almost have 6 my turn. We're going to play a Dreadmaw. It's the turn. I want a big, dumb Trampler. And I don't want to attack the Llanowar Visionary into their creatures. I don't want it to die. They've got a Stinkweed Imp. That kind of stalls out the game, unless I find a Relic. Or maybe a Rush of Knowledge. They're going to play the Acorn Harvest. Going to 11. They want to attack. They could sack the, like, throw the Scrapwork of Mud at me. Play this Generous Ent. They land. And pass the turn. No attacks. If they do attack with the Stinkweed Imp, I'll throw the Colossal Dreadmaw right back at them. If they want to block everything on the Colossal Dreadmaw, that's fine. No attacks for our opponent. Okay, make a food. Pass the turn. Can I draw a Relic? I'm doing yield until this next end step here. We have 3 Visionaries that will cycle, and 4 of Annoyed Altasaur that could draw us a card as well. So those are all good hits. And then the Edging Hunter is a decent hit. When it plays an Exhume, they're going to get back their Troll, I guess. Get back the Jewel Thief. They're getting back a Satyr Wayfinder, just so they can dredge more. Okay, so they're going to mill. They reveal Prowler, Mire, Wayfinder, Stinkweed Imp. They take the Mire, play the Mire. So we are looking to draw into a Relic right now. Gain some life. Gain some life. And, alright, I will attack with... Attack with my Tramplers. They block. They already have a Stinkweed Imp in the graveyard. They can just get it back and recast it. I think I have to force... I'm going to push. Pushing through. We're going to kill the Trampler. Okay. They want the Scrapwork Mutt in the graveyard, huh? So they're going to go to 5. My Colossal Dreadmaw dies. Lotleth Giant in the graveyard now. They can Scrapwork Mutt. I feel like maybe I threw there. That maybe was a bad call. That doesn't matter. They were going to be able to get lots of value anyway. Stinkweed Imp. They did not find a Dread Return, but they have double Mutt in the graveyard, so they can Mutt away the Stinkweed Imp yet again. Okay, they do it again. They're milling Stinkweed Imp, or they discard the Stinkweed Imp. They got multiple Dread Returns. I'm just going to concede. I don't want to sit here while our opponent clicks around. Bongo, come on. Play faster. Visionary. All right, we did not have anything going on. Let's see. I guess I'm going to take the Arms of Hadar and cut 2 Rhyme Tenders. Or 2 of these 2-drop ramp creatures. Because maybe just... I feel like 17 lands is probably fine in this deck. I don't know. Okay, we have a Relic. We're on the play, so might as well put the Arbor Elf on the table first. Our opponent mulligans to 5. Play land, play the Relic. I realized now that I wanted to play the Relic first because they might have a cycle creature on turn 1. I want to, like, get rid of it. Okay, they don't. Play this 2-drop. Well, let's play Arbor Elf, Arbor Elf. So now we have 5 mana next turn. Cycles. Get rid of your creature. Play the Rime Tender, play a land. We'll attack you for 2. I'm kind of expecting them to have Ancient Grudge right now, and then I have to crack the Relic. We have 4 power on the table. They don't have the Grudge. Okay. Land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're considering going after my Relic right now. Or what's going on? Cast this Dreadmaw. I'm just going to leave the Relic open. I know that I don't necessarily have to. But if they cycle, I want to eat their creature and just have the Relic crack open. Because I feel like they have the Grudge right now. Alright, let's just crack the Relic. Draw card. Now we have 10 power. Opponent plays a Satyr Wayfinder. Chooses no cards. And we play a land. Arbor Elf. Attack for 10. Okay, their creature dies. They take 9. We still have 10 power on the table. Put a Satyr Wayfinder on the board, so they have to block this, and then they're going to go to 1. I feel like it's not likely that they can win here. Chooses Forest. Plays a Geothermal Bog. Okay. We will attack for 10. So their best bet is to block here and take 8. They're going to go to 1. They can no longer use the Acorn Harvest. And they mill. Okay, they had a Stinkweed Imp in there. Okay. They mill Blanchwood Prowler, Sadian Raken apparently, but it's actually Generous Ent, Forest, Lawless Giant, and an Exhume. I guess you're dead. So we're going to get 50 play points back, which is great. They're unearthing. Discards the Stinkweed Imp, dredges. Troll, Stinkweed Imp, Dread Return. We win. Anticlimactic win, but the beats from the Arbor Elves, we got there. GG's. Bongo's just working and double queuing. Fair enough. And this deck was weird. I think you cannot beat familiars with this deck. And the rest of it was like, and then we just walked all over the last 2 decks. That was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next video.